So here we go. Plenty to discuss this morning based on the developments from last night. Devashish joins us from Adelaide Oval, where the build-up is for the pink test. He has sent us visuals of the pitch, which Gargi can play, how it is looking at the moment. Pretty green from what we were seeing. The build-up is on. Rohit Juglan will join us from Canada. From Canberra, Gargi can once again play those visuals of the drizzle in Canberra, which can kind of impact the. This is Adelaide Oval, folks. This is not Canberra. This is Adelaide Oval, where Devashish Sen is. The preparation for the pink test is on at the Adelaide Oval. Rohit Juglan is reporting from Canberra, where there's a drizzle on at the moment, which could impact India's build-up game. And if that game doesn't happen or happens partly, it will not be adequate preparation for India. On the Australian side, Josh Hazlewood is ruled out. Now, that's a big development as far as Australia is concerned. Shubman also joins. This is Manuka Oval. This is Canberra. There is drizzle on. This is a photograph just sent by Rohit Juglan about 15 minutes back. Drizzle on in Canberra for the India game. So Shubhan will also join us. No Hazlewood for Australia. Devashish and Shubhan in Adelaide. Rohit Juglan in Canberra. This is Canberra. We will be reporting from everywhere. What is the build-up like? And we will also talk about, there's Shubhan as well, joining from the Adelaide Oval. We will also talk about the development on Champions Trophy. From what we know from last night, all the boards are now aligned with the BCCI. Pakistan Cricket Board, time is running out for them. Either accept the hybrid model or lose the tournament. Every board within the ICC's boardroom corridors of power are now with the BCCI, and we can confirm that based on a development from last night. So the PCB wiggle room is pretty less now. Let's take it one by one. Shubhad, why don't you start? The wiggle room for the PCB is no longer there. Take it or leave it is the option. All of the boards now with India backing the hybrid model. Pakistan has maximum 24 hours either to say yes or to lose the tournament. Shubhan.
I think it would be we were talking about the exact thing yesterday also, that they don't have any bargaining power, and this is something which is written in the ICC law book rule books in black and white. So that's what India have provided, and we saw what the MEA has also given a statement, that BCCI has given a statement to ICC, and these all these Pakistani journalists, I don't know what their agenda is, but we should not go there. But whatever they are blabbering about PCB, and they won't the way BCCI will have to sacrifice a bit. I don't think anything of that is happening, and it will be either in hybrid model, or the ICC Champions Trophy will proceed without Pakistan. There's no doubt about it. There was no doubt about it in the past as well. So all the boards, as you tweeted last evening, is on the same page as the BCCI. They all want it in hybrid model, and that is what we are going to get in the next 24 hours or 48 hours. Boriada.
There's a question from Lana Ghosh. Shubhan, you can take that, and Gargi can also take that. Devashish as well, he's joined back. I have a question on CT. The other day in Caught Behind, Dr. Niaz and Rashid Latif were discussing how PCB should delay the decision till Jay Shah takes over. I want to know why. Shubhan, you want to crack that? And then Devashish
Of
can
course.
also take that.
It's all an agenda, and that's what we have been discussing for about a month now, that all this PCBs hardball, and the way they are determined that we won't budge this time around. It's just because that an Indian is taking over as an ICC chairman, and all they want to do is make his life hard at the start of his tenure as ICC chairman. But having said that, I'm pretty sure nothing of that is going to happen. BCCI is way more stronger in this position, in this case, regarding the Champions Trophy being played in hybrid model, and it is a tested model, and Pakistan will get some extra money to get this tournament into a hybrid model. So I don't think PCB can do anything about it, and be it Dr. Niaz or Rashid Latif or any of their journalists. I don't call them journalists. They are just YouTubers. I don't want to use any harsh word here, but they are not journalists. They are just agenda peddlers who just want to put their board above anyone else and show that they are the most powerful people in the world, which they are not. They are the least powerful cricket board right now, and they have no bargaining power, Buryada.
Devashish, once I tweeted last night about the Champions Trophy development, all of them started abusing me from Pakistan. Arey, I am stating facts. I am stating exact facts. You go and find out within your ICC sources, you will know what the reality is. We don't have to tell you. The truth is, every other board is together saying this is a model which is acceptable, which is the hybrid model. You take it or leave it. That's how the power alignment is. There was a report from Pakistan saying the tournament can happen without India. And boss, there is no way a Champions Trophy can go on without India. I mean, it's like, it's bizarre what is happening, and then they start abusing anyone who is saying anything which is reality. Devashish, your take on where this stands
And
now?
and such
Take
is
it or
the
leave it.
such is the case of their journalists that they have
यार
fled
पीछे
their
क्यों नहीं
countries.
बने
They
यार
have
यार
left their countries and are now based in Australia, and they are now talking about safety of Pakistan. Had Pakistan been safe, had Pakistan been secure, why don't they go back and stay in their own country?
There was no reason to abuse me. I am stating facts. I am stating exact developments based on ICC sources. If you have something else to report, report. There is no way, and we are not taking you or we are just stating what is true. Devashish Sen.
Yeah, absolutely, Buryada. And these facts are all everywhere. It's not that we are and that, and it is very very clear that either Pakistan Cricket Board accepts the hybrid model or the Champions Trophy go ahead without Pakistan. Yes, and definitely Pakistan Cricket Board has to decide whether they accept the hybrid model or rather not getting forced out of the Champions Trophy, which will be a huge blow for their cricket. Remember, they are organizing an ICC event after 20. They organized an ICC event after 24 years. Um, uh, so this will be a huge blow for their cricket. The best would have been to accept the hybrid model and have the matches in their country and the India matches in UAE. That would have been the best possible option, which everyone is suggesting. But if they are adamant, then so be it. Then the proper Champions Trophy will go ahead without them. So if they wish to give that, best of luck to them.
Rohit, if I will go to Gargi on the Hazlewood question, but two questions for you, Rohit Juglan. I can see umbrellas. Rohit, agar aap sun pa rahe ho, yeah, I can see umbrellas behind you with people. So two questions. Give us an update from Canberra. What is the ground situation like? Is it still raining? Is it still drizzling? What's the update? And the second question is, last night, very reliable sources within the ICC, all the boards are now together with BCCI. BCCI has every board support within the corridors of power. Where does PCB stand? Two questions, Rohit Juglan.
So as far as the conditions here concerned, Buryada, it's drizzling from last night. Yesterday also when I was reporting, I was kept on telling that Indian team is practicing, and it's just pouring down. There was delayed practice, and then it started, and then again resumed, and then stopped, and then these things were kept on happening. But since last night, it was drizzling, it was pouring down, and currently also, from last 3 hours, I'm here already here in the ground, and since then I haven't seen for a minute that rain has stopped. So the ground is already very much with the waters. The outfield is not covered. Any bit of the outfield was not covered. We have also shared the pictures also that what's the ground conditions are like. They have only covered the pitch area, the main pitch area, and of course the bowlers run up area from both the sides. That's the only part of the ground which is covered. I had a word with the curator. The curator said that if the rain continues for more 1.5 hours, it won't be possible to just bowl a single ball for today. And I don't know that how much it, as far as drainage system is considered, because it's an international stadium, yes, but international matches doesn't happen here. Most of the matches, either it's Melbourne, Sydney, Perth, all the matches take place there. So as far as the conditions, as far as the drainage system, the super soppers, the staff, and plus it's a weekend. So the staff, that all kind of shortages we can take out from here, and we can easily see that it will be a miracle if we can see a ball bowled today. As far as Indian team is concerned, they are inside the ground. They they are inside the premises, and they came here I think 15-20 minutes ago. So yes, Team India is here. The throwdown experts are here. Earlier also, and they have also had a check of the ground. They had a word with I think someone, either it's official or the curator. But it's looking very very impossible for today. I think to get to see a single ball from here, and still it's still drizzling. It's still pouring down. There are a lot of Indian fans here, coming from different parts of the country. Some of them came from. I was just having a word in the Rev Sports Hindi discussion that some of the fans are coming from Sydney all the way. They just want a glimpse of the game, but looks not possible today. The other part of the question, Buryada, obviously, what you're telling us, what we have discussed last night also, that hybrid model is the only thing which left in front of Pakistan. They denied that we don't want to participate, in this tournament if it is hybrid model. But then again, ICC gave them two choices: either play with the hybrid model, or if you don't want to participate, then obviously it will be your call. But the third point is, look, if it completely the hosting rights will be if snatched from Pakistan, and if you are giving it to some other country, then it will be interesting to see that whether Pakistan will be travel or not. Either they have to say that no, we are not participating, the defending champions are out of the Champions Trophy, or the other part will be that we are hosting it in a different country. If you want to participate, come. Otherwise, there's no chance we will participate without you. So now the things are very clear, very straight. Pakistan wants no hybrid model to follow. The ICC have given them time to just have a word with their government, because ultimately the government will take the call. If they want to participate, they don't want to participate. Is nothing can come from Mohsin Naqvi or the PCB. Everything will be come from the Pakistan. Either from the the ISI chief, the army chief, or from their prime ministers, the Sharif brothers. Or I think it will be a clear cut now that either accept hybrid model or we will play without you in some different country.
Yeah, so three important updates coming from Rohit there, and very important. I'll come to Shubhan and Devashish also. What happens to India's preparation? But Gargi, no Josh Hazlewood. No Josh Hazlewood is a mighty blow for Australia. Take that also. This whole Champions Trophy scenario, now it is evident. And how do you kind of ignore geopolitical reality? Geopolitical reality is firmly in India's favor. You have not been able to curb terrorism on your soil. Last 10 days are evidence. You are continuously trying to play hardball, thinking, oh, yesterday I was also told this, that Pakistan continued to think that ICC will lose money if they don't play. Now backups are also ready. They will go ahead. The broadcasters will be compensated. The ICC has come to a position where other boards will go ahead without Pakistan. They know that can Pakistan survive this loss? Pakistan will be isolated within the cricket world. Can they take that? Gargi Rao, react.
To begin with, Josh Hazlewood's absence, I think it's going to be a major blow for Australia. Hazlewood is known for his mastery with the pink ball, and if you go back to Adelaide December 2021, it was an absolute carnage from Hazlewood. I think he was somewhat 5 for 8 in 5 overs, and lowest test score ever. Who can ever forget that 36 all out? So I think this is going to be a huge blow for Australia coming back to Champions Trophy, coming back to Pakistan, and the games that they're trying to play. I think whatever Pakistan does at this point, which is not, in acceptance with the hybrid model, it will be in their disadvantage. BCCI has nothing to lose. ICC has nothing to lose. ICC can pick up the tournament in some other country, and the others will join. The only person here who's causing a lot of problems is Pakistan, and India has valid reasons for the way that. For the decisions that they're taking to not go to Pakistan. Jai Shankar has spoken about it, Dr. Jai Shankar, External Affairs Minister. Yesterday, Rohit confirmed that there's been a letter to the PCB from the External Affairs Ministry. So you have it. The government is completely backing this decision. And when the government steps in, what can PCB do? See, and it's their disadvantage in any case.
Shubhan, two questions. Moving slightly away, I'll come back to the CT discussion. But from what Rohit is saying, if there's no game, India clearly underdone, because no competitive game with the pink ball ahead of the pink ball test. How does that impact India's preparation? Question number one. and the Hazlewood question. Is it Scott Boland, direct replacement, or Brendan Doggett or Sean Abbott, whoever is now being added to the squad? And how big a blow is this for Australia, Shubhan?
Firstly, about India's preparation, yes, it will be a blow. Indian batters would have ideally wanted to face some competitive match, or in a warm up match. Some of the Aussie bowlers. I don't think Scott Boland would have played in this game because he was seen with a strapping on his knee, and he might, the Cricket Australia, or the selectors or the team management would have given him a week extra to just to recover, or if there's any sort of niggle on his knee area. But having said that, I think India still have a lot of days to train there. In Canberra also, they can easily go and train indoors today if there's no match. And if that happens, Rohit can easily give us all the updates if there's any sort of indoor practice going on. So indoor practice is something which they can always do. And when they come to Adelaide, they will have a practice session here as well. I'm not sure whether they will be provided with the center wicket or not to train at the main ground. But I'm pretty sure with 6-7 sessions in the coming days, I think they will be prepared enough to tackle the Aussie bowlers. But Josh Hazlewood is a huge blow for the Aussies, as Gargi was saying. His record in the last game against India was pretty good, but Scott Boland is equally a workhorse. He's tremendous. He's a steady bowler, can hit the deck hard as well. So he has all the ingredients you need to have to be a successful test bowler. He has done really well in whatever matches he has played. Of course, Mitchell Stark, Pat Cummins, and Josh Hazlewood play the majority of match for Australia, but Scott Boland is equally devastating, and the best part about him is he can bowl longer spells. So Scott Boland, I'm not seeing Sean Abbott or Brendan Doggett. Although Doggett did really well against India, picking up big names, Sai Sudarshan, Ishan Kishan, Devdutt Padikkal. But international cricket, I think getting a debut in such a major tournament, I think, is a bit of a tricky ask. This is not his first call up, by the way. He was I think included in one of the squads against Pakistan. But Brendan Doggett or Sean Abbott, I'm not seeing them play. I think Scott Boland, Pat Cummins, and Mitchell Stark would be the go-to bowlers, with Beau Webster or Mitchell Marsh as their fourth bowling option, pace bowling option. Boria.
Shayantan Sural says, Mr. Shubhan, who are you? You amount some what? Who are you? You are a YouTuber too. Do not disrespect people from your fraternity. You are in Australia because of Virat's PR agency. My friend, Virat's PR agency can FO. Okay? We are paying from the company, so don't try and disrespect any of that. You can disappear. Shubhan is in Australia because he's a top-notch journalist, as everyone else is, Devashish and Rohit Juglan. Any agency of anybody can get lost as far as we in Rev Sports are concerned. And I'm putting that on record. If any PR agency ever calls and says, carry this story, we will just throw that story out into the toilet, the flush, and flush it off. That's what we are, and we will
Times
be.
Network,
I hope
Times
you
Network,
understand.
Z Network, TV9 Network. I think all are YouTube channels. So what can I do? I've worked for around a decade now, in all these big major companies before moving to Rev Sports. So all are YouTubers, my friend. Enjoy,
Yeah,
enjoy.
and
Have a
I
good
hope
day.
I hope some PR agency also funds our Olympics and Paralympics coverage going forward. I really hope they spend crores of rupees in that. It will really, really work for us. Trust me. And I'll take that, by the way. Rohit Juglan, two questions. Scott Boland, direct replacement, as everyone's saying, they're adding a number of backups as well. But can Scott Boland replace Josh Hazlewood? Massive, massive loss as far as Australia is concerned. And secondly, what are you getting? Will India train indoors? Is that good enough training? Will there be same simulation, intensity, etc.? And what is the update on Shubman Gill? Because once again, that is a question that is doing the rounds. Yes, he's batting at the nets, but is he good enough? What are you getting? Because you said he told you sab sahi hai. Rohit Juglan.
Obviously, as far as the first part of your question about Scott Boland, I think yes, he'll looks like he'll be a direct replacement, because you know what they are getting in. As far as the other options, if you consider the other options, they are very, means they are picking up players. Be it about the Webster thing, be it about the current selections. They are picking up players with the very recent performances. Someone has picked up a 6 first against India A, they are picking him up. Because, if you see their records in past 2 to 3 seasons, yes, Bew Webster has done well in past 2 Sheffield Shield seasons. But, all the other names we are talking about are not that, impressive as far as the red ball cricket, the domestic cricket is concerned. Some of them played really well in Big Bash League. Some of them played really well against the recent concluded series against India A. So there were multiple names doing the rounds as far as the selection criteria considered. But yes, Scott Boland will be one name. India can't take him, lightly, because he is a go-to bowler as far as, pitching those tight line and lengths, bowling in the corridor of uncertainty, and then, moving the ball from that direction. So what Josh Hazlewood will do with that ping ball, I think Scott Boland has the similar ability. I'm not saying that he's way too low as far as Josh, comparing him with Josh Hazlewood. So I don't think that it will be a very relief for Team India. Yes, what Hazlewood did 3 years ago, we all know that. And Virat also, accepted this in one of the press conferences, that his length was so accurate, and we don't have any left-hander in our batting lineup. He just did started pitching the ball on that particular area, and we don't have any answers. So as far as that precision is considered, of the length, on that you can't compare Josh Hazlewood with anyone. But yes, I don't think Scott Boland will be a lighter option, or Indian team can't take him lightly also. And the other part of the questions about the indoor practice. Look, Bore, the indoor practice is always an alternate. It can't give you a wicket simulation like that. The wicket can't be the similar one. Yes, the ball will skid. What kind of turf you are using. Are you using a mat over the turf? Are you using something very, plastic kind of thing over the matting? It all depends on you. Are you making it a little rough? All depends on your preparation, what you want to prepare for. So, it's always an alternate, but it can't simulate each and everything. Like Team India was preparing here yesterday on that grassy wicket. The ball is coming really nice. After rain also, it was skidding also. So, you can't exactly prepare. So the practice will hamper. For sure, that will hamper. Will Team India take it to the indoor nets? We don't know. We don't have an update till now that whether they want to do it or they don't want to do it. Yesterday, we saw the BCCI footage having that indoor footage of Shubman Gill practicing in it. So they can easily opt out for that, and that could be one of the reasons why they are so early here. Because in next 2 to 3 hours, I don't see the match will start in next 2 to 3 hours. So why Team India is here so early? There could be a possibility that they will opt for that indoor session, and in that indoor session, they will practice whatever they can. As far as Shubman Gill is concerned, now look, the proper way of coming back to a serious game will be like this only. That you tested yourself in the nets. You want to check that whether there is anything, any soreness are you feeling in your thumb, or any kind of uncomfortableness you can see on your thumb. On that part, it's all sorted. After that, you have to play this practice game, and you will get a little more idea of your injury, plus how you are timing the ball, how you are placing the ball. So this will be a gradual, step by step method, from training to a practice game and to the Adelaide test. As what I saw yesterday, if according to my observations, I don't think that there will be any kind of questions on his participation. He will definitely play the way he was batting here on 3 different nets. He chose 4 different nets to bat. First with the throwdowns, then second with a more specific throwdowns, and the pace also increased in that throwdown. Then he faced the main bowlers, and the fourth net was indoor nets. So batting in 4 different nets will give you seriously an idea about your particular thing, that what's the status of my injury. In his interview also, he told that, Kamlesh Bhai and me, what we were expecting, we were better than that. So I don't think any reason why they are not going with why they won't go with Shubman Gill. So I think he's ready to go. It's just about when the game starts.
Yeah, from what Rohit is saying, Devashish, one question. Shubman Gill, if the game doesn't happen, and I'm assuming based on what Rohit is saying that if the rain persists, the game might not happen. And I was just checking Canberra weather for tomorrow. It is the same. Bleak, drizzle, dreary, rain all day. If the game doesn't happen, Shubman Gill will have no practice game under his belt ahead of the Adelaide test. Can that be a reason to sort of give him one more game to, but then, or more stretches practice, or will you straight look at those visuals? You can clearly see the rain there in Canberra. Rohit Jugla is showing us those visuals. You can absolutely see the rain in Canberra. Devashish, where do you stand on this? Shubman Gill clearly a much better option than Devdutt Padikkal. Wait a little bit more or get him into Adelaide?
Absolutely, Indian team management needs to wait a little bit more on Shubman and try and see. Obviously, he's on any given day he's a far better batter than Devdutt Padikkal. Devdutt Padikkal in this first Test match at Perth did not show much confidence and definitely went. And given the way the reports the Rohit has been sending us from Canberra, he looked. It doesn't seem to be uneasy in the nets batting. So in that case, I think Shubman Gill should definitely, if he's should play in that Test match in Adelaide. But the preparation definitely will be hampered because the indoor nets, I don't know, it is not the same as is here in Adelaide Oval, because the high performance center here at the Adelaide Oval is far more superior than any other grounds in Australia. So I think Indian team would be better off to, even if the forecast here is not that bad in Adelaide. It's bright and sunny, and already we have seen a lot of work being carried on the wicket on which the Test match is playing. We would be sharing you more visuals. It's been almost 40 minutes now since we have arrived here at Adelaide Oval, and the groundsmen are working. They are on the wicket for that duration of time. But clearly, Indians, if the match does not happen, and that will definitely be a huge setback, given that you need nothing compares with a match practice than to keep training in the nets for quite a long time. So definitely Indians will miss that practice match and Canberra if the match does not happen.
Gargi, same question. While we are talking about Shubman Gill and match practice and all of that, the same applies for Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma would have desperately wanted a game under his belt before he took field in Adelaide, and he will take field in Adelaide as the captain of the team, as the skipper. So Rohit Sharma will also go into that Adelaide Test match, unfortunately, with no practice game if the rain continues. Gargi Rao?
Oh, absolutely. Because pink ball, as we all know, functions very differently from red ball. So Rohit Sharma and the others would have liked to get some match practice in. And especially Rohit Sharma, because he's missed that first test as well. So he would want to set his eyes on the pink ball. And especially with Adelaide, the conditions there, pink ball, I think if the match is ruled out today, the Canberra game, I think it would be a huge disadvantage for Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill as well, because he hasn't gotten any practice in as well. Net practice is very different from going out there and actually batting against quality bowlers. So I think if this match doesn't happen, Rohit Sharma will be a little worried as to not getting their eyes set on the pink ball. But at the same time, if they're doing those match simulations and everything else, all the practice that happened before the first test, I think they'll be okay.
And my second question to you, Gargi, before I go back to Rohit, would you have played Shubman Gill, or would you have waited till the third test? I mean, some more days or 6-7 more days of practice and straight to Gill? Your thoughts?
No, I would have played him. I would have played Shubman Gill, because looking at the practice, looking at his net session yesterday, he's 100% fine. So I don't see any injury concern there.
Rohit Juglan, any update on Rohit Sharma? Is he there at the ground? He was training yesterday, because just like Shubman Gill, he would have also liked one game under his belt before he played that test match. Any update that you're getting from what you've seen and what's going on? I mean, are there fans still waiting? Give us a sense of the Canberra, because it's very gloomy, very dark and kind of gloomy with the rain when you were showing us the visuals. Give us the latest from the ground. And if the whole thing is not covered, the square is not covered, is it going to be a risk? Yes, we can see the rain. Rohit, give us a sense of what's going on. Rohit, if you can hear me, give us a sense of what's going on. We can see the visuals. We can see the rain clearly. So there is no chance of play.
Yes, Buryada. Sorry, I was in mute. I've heard the question. Sorry, I was speaking in mute. Yeah. So yes, the people are here. You can see a lot of Indian fans are here. They are directly trying to go inside and have a glimpse of the players. They are here for various players. They are somewhere. Some of them are from here only from Canberra. Some of them are from Sydney. But as I was mentioning, earlier, that from last night, it was drizzling all the way around. From last night to in the mornings. In the morning when I woke up, I checked the weather and it was again drizzling down. So it was pouring. Sometimes it was raining so heavily, for 5-10 minutes. So it was that kind of rain, which completely, shattered the chance of a possible game here. What I am coming to know, because as I mentioned in the earlier answer, that I had a chat with the curator and he said to me that if 1.5 hour from here, if we can't able to start, the drainage work or the super stopper work, so it won't be looking possible after that we will get a game after there. So you can easily see still the drizzling is on. The people are here waiting, for the tickets, and all of them are having those raincoats on, and they still want to see Team India at least on the ground, if not the game. If they can have a glimpse of their favorite players. So I think yes, that's the situation here. But you can see it's completely dusky all over the skies, and yes. So yes, Buryada, it's like this only. I'm not expecting a single ball today to be bowled, until and unless some miracle happens.
This is a big problem, Shubhan. This two-day game tomorrow, the prediction is such, and our colleague Bharat Ramraj has just tweeted that he's analyzed the rain figures in Canberra, and November is the month where it rains the maximum, apparently, in Canberra. So that's the kind of rain count. So, and they had to also do the Prime Minister's house visit. So I
Yeah.
understand why the Canberra visit was organized, because the team had to go to Kirribilli House and fulfill their diplomatic obligation as well, and this was the only time. But given this scenario, how much can this impact Rohit Sharma's preparation, Shubhan? He will go in underdone as well. Yes, some days of practice, no practice match. Will India simulate something in Adelaide, you reckon? Will they kind of take that opportunity after they come back on 2nd December, do maybe a day's practice game, something where bowlers go after Rohit and Shubman? Is that an option? Will India try that out? Because without a game in Canberra, perhaps that's their only option. Shubman.
We have just been informed that Australia's practice session in the coming 2 days till the third is behind closed doors and no media is allowed, unless you get a special permission for Cricket Australia. So clearly Australian cricketers or the Australian team is trying to hide away from the media glare and the criticism that is coming their way. But having said that, of course it will competitive match always helps. And given the fact that Rohit has suddenly so has joined a few days back, and Shubman Gill has batted only a day in this build up to this Adelaide Test, a match here would have been ideal. But as I said earlier, I think they will have proper 5, 6, 7 days of practice sessions. Even if they have three
From
or four
security
sessions
guard.
uh, uh, ahead of the Adelaide Test, I think that would be sufficient, because they will and
Do you also
whatever
need
the
one?
training regime, training ways of the
Let me
Indian
ask
team
you.
under Gautam Gambhir, it is more based on match simulation, changing the partners, batting along with the partners that you generally play in the match, batting order wise. So I think they will have some sort of match simulation in the nets as well. I don't know whether Cricket Australia will provide them with the center wicket practice at the Adelaide Oval. But I am pretty sure that 3, 4 sessions ahead of the Adelaide Test would be sufficient enough. An hour batting, an hour of batting for 3, 4 days, 3, 4 hours of batting in the build-up. I think the Indian batters would be good enough to face the Aussies here.
Devashish, why closed doors? Why, by the way, Surajit Ganguly was something keeping my newborn son name as Rishabh Ganguly. Firstly, many congratulations to you on becoming a father. I mean, then comes the naming. I hope the newborn and the mother is all well, and wish you all very good health and happiness and lots of joy. Surajit, I hope that there's plenty of celebration, and I hope your son all is all good, and wish him all the very best going forward. Devashish, why this practice behind closed doors? Why this secrecy? Why were you and Shubhan asked to leave? I clearly thought that somebody must have asked you guys to step out of the stadium.
We'll
What
give you,
transpired? Why
we'll
is
give
there this?
our viewers a special report. We'll give our viewers some
Okay, done.
special
Okay,
video.
done. But Devashish,
I
why
think
is this
Gargi
secrecy?
can put some videos also. Devashish has already sent some in the group as well of the pitch preparation.
Gargi, you can put those visuals, but Devashish, why is Cricket Australia all of a sudden jittery that we can't sort of see their practice? What is secretive about it? Devashish said.
Sorry. This is something very strange. You have been coming here. I have been
Wait,
coming here.
one second. The BCCI update. Molin Parekh. 2 days.
Suspended.
The match has been suspended because of rain. So clearly, as Rohit Juglan was saying, no match. I will go back to Rohit Juglan on the match, but after that, after Devashish says the update is no match. No match. It has been suspended because of rain. Yes, Devashish.
Yeah, this is something very strange. Means normally what happens with Cricket Australia is that if you have a central accreditation, you are allowed to go inside any venues, even if it is not a match day. But yeah, for some reason or other, we were told to go out, and this is something very strange. It has. I have never confronted such things, and to be told to leave the venue. Yes, if there was a function happening where the day we arrived, Rohit was also there, and we were told there were some events going on, and we were told to come the next day in the morning, and which we were. We were all inside the venue, and we did our shows, and we did our recordings and stuff. But today was very strange because clearly the groundsmen were having a walk on the wicket, and clearly they don't want to get it filmed. I would sense so. There immediately a staff. Definitely, it was not a Cricket Australia staff. It was a Adelaide Oval South Australia Adelaide Oval staff, because that jersey you could make out from that Adelaide Oval staff. He came running and told us to move because we were not supposed to film anything inside the venue. So this is something strange, and that case of closed door practice. When did we last see an Australian team training closed door? I haven't witnessed. Means obviously last when did this happen with Indian team? Yes, we do associate these with the Indian team. They've more so than often. They always prefer to practice closed door. But when did an Australian team prefer to have a closed door training session, barring the media who are accredited to not cover? So this is something very strange. Clearly, the Australian team is under a lot of pressure. So they don't want to show.
And another thing, Devashish, on third, when the Indian team will have their first training session here at the Adelaide Oval, they have opened. They will have an open session that will be open to the crowd.
Wow, what do you mean open to the crowd?
Burya, just one point there.
Yes.
Just one point there.
Yes.
In the build up to this Perth Test match, everyone from the Indian cricketers, everyone from the Australian cricketers, the Aussie journalists were kept on asking why this secret practice, why this practice behind curtains in the build up to the Perth Test. That they were smiling on this. They were trying to they were trying to ask these questions because they want to tell to the people that what are these Indians doing behind the curtains, why they are preparing under these clothes. They are putting clothes in that particular Waka area.
They were putting the pressure on the Indian team. Why are you putting black carpets?
What kind of a secret practice is going on? These things they were asking. Now it will be very interesting to see that on that Adelaide build-up press conferences, these Aussie journalists will ask the same question to their players or to our players. That did this come to your notice that Australians were preparing for this test match behind closed doors? So what they were doing a week or 10 days ago, now it's coming back to haunt them. And now we will ask the same question, that what kind of secret practice is going on that accredited media is not able to, accredited media is not allowed to cover that. So this is now turning this series really on.
We will still confirm it. We will still confirm it from Cricket Australia because it was Adelaide Oval staff that informed us that tomorrow and day after tomorrow you can't come. But But still, I will try to confirm it from Australia media whether it is open for the journalists or not. Because if it is behind closed door, then as Rohit said, what kind of secrecy is it?
No, you can ask.
That is why I thought that it was a weak spence. I mean, obviously, and does that mean that the Australian media will not be allowed to cover the training session? I doubt, because it has never happened so in the history of Australian cricket. I mean, how can you? I believe that Australian journalists will definitely be allowed to cover that practice, and I'm not too sure about whether they would allow us to go and cover that. But
No,
it has never
if
happened.
the Devashish, 1 second. If the Australian journalists are allowed to cover, what do you mean Indian journalists would not be? That is plain.
That is why it is very strange. It is very strange.
That would be. I don't think that will happen.
Very strange.
If it is closed, if it is closed.
If it's closed, it's closed. But if it's closed, ask in the press conference, do something new. Ask the Australian media a question for a change, saying, hello, can you answer what you were writing then, and will you now write something about your own team getting scared? Ask that question of the Australian media also, because it's very important to give it back. You know, the Australian media with all those.
Then they were saying. Then they were saying that what's the point? Are they making a nuclear bomb inside there? Then they were saying like this. Then they were laughing at all of this, that why a secret practice, what they are doing behind closed doors. You know, their players were saying that, you know, now each team have their, analysis experts. Each team have that data, that how to bowl, what extra practice will you do? So now it will be very important to see if they are, obviously, if they are doing it closed doors, then what are they trying to, portray in that closed door?
Yeah, but there are visuals of Indian players by one of your fellow colleagues. Oncon has put out some visuals of the Indian players getting wet while they were entering the stadium, etc., etc. Any update on what the players are doing? Because he's put out some visuals of Rohit. He's put out, by the way, play is not yet officially suspended. Another update from BCCI. An inspection is due to follow. That's the recent update. Play is not yet officially suspended. An inspection is due to follow. Maulin Parekh from the BCCI. So that's the latest update that we are getting. Shubhan, you can tweet that out. Rohit, have you been able to catch a glimpse of the Indian cricketers before I go to Gargi?
No, Boryada, because I was here. I think when I was doing this live at that point of time, only they were, entering from the other gate, because there are two separate gates. Team will enter from a different gate, and yes, they were a distance from there. They have to travel, and they have to went into the players' dressing room area. So I think in there they don't have they are not providing any kind of the normal umbrella service also. So I think that's where they have put out that pictures, those visuals, I think. But I haven't seen any of the players. I haven't seen any of the players, entering into the ground. But yes, there are some local people here who are here to watch the game. They said me that yes, Team India is inside the premises. So that's the only thing what I know right now. I think at that particular point of time, they were getting into the stadiums.
Okay, Gargi, two questions for you. I want to see Albany is getting hit for 6-6. Okay, not that. I saw two questions which were important. Yes, Tomogno, any coverage or updates from India's women's team tour? 100% yes. Gargi will cover Rohit, Devashish and Shubhan. On the 8th, we will try and get someone in Brisbane also for that. So absolutely, it will be covered. CK Pandit practice test suspended. It's not a test. It's a 2-day game, not a test match. Josh Hazlewood question. Where is that question that I just saw? Gargi, why don't you take the women's question for Rizvi Juglan, Pakistan? What is this? This is nonsense. The women's team question, Gargi, massively important for the women's team. Yesterday, we saw Harmanpreet at the jersey release. By the way, the jersey looks quite good to me. We saw them, but building on, this team now needs some big wins under their belt as well. This Australia tour will be essential. Some of the players already there for the WBBL. There was an injury scare for Jamie Rodrigues. But your thoughts on the women's team in Australia, Gargi?
It's going to be an incredibly important series. Of course, right now, I think the Indian team has a lot to prove, especially Harmanpreet as a captain. There's just a lot to be done from the Indian team right now. And And after the recent performances, I think there are some positives going into the series as well. Jemima Rodriguez, Smriti Mandhana doing well in the WBBL, so they've got that. They've gotten acclimatized to the Australian conditions. They've been playing in the WBBL for a long time, so I think it helps. Deepti Sharma has also been playing. I think who else? Dayalan Hemalata is already there. Harmanpreet Kaur has been playing. Some of them did not get a lot of chances in the WBBL, but again, it helps to be in those conditions. It helps to practice and sort of get acclimatized to the conditions. So this will be a hugely important series for, I think, more than everyone else, it will be important for Harmanpreet, the captain.
Absolutely critical points about Harmanpreet, the captain. By the way, New Zealand is still 59 behind, 92, 95 for 3 in the second innings. Shubhan, something's going on in world cricket. Whichever team is playing at home is losing, except South Africa. South Africa, Sri Lanka, South Africa smashed Sri Lanka, but any other, whether it's New Zealand, whether it's India, whether it's Australia, something is going on in world cricket, Shubhan.
After yesterday's, after the way South Africa performed, I think we can be pretty sure that they are one of the finalists for the WTC, and they have done exceedingly well this time around. They still have 1 test against Sri Lanka and 2 tests against Pakistan, all at home, which I feel they will win comfortably the way they are playing. But yeah, with home test it is pretty strange, barring South Africa. I think Rassie van der Dusen also tweeted yesterday that South Africa is perhaps the hardest place to bat on in world cricket right now. But New Zealand in New Zealand, or any other team, India in India, Australia in Australia, it's pretty strange that what is happening. Earlier we used to talk about home advantage, but now we are talking about home disadvantage.
Boriada, any reply to Bakri? Who's Bakri? I don't know.
Ejaz Bakri.
So what has he done? Oh, he was writing to me last night. Oh, he was he was writing to me last night. I don't respond to idiots. I don't. So there's no need to answer.
Ask him. Go on his channel or Twitter. Ask him why did he shift from Pakistan to Australia? Is his country not safe?
Not needed. Not needed. I check your facts. We are reporting facts. We are not responsible to anybody except us. We are reporting facts. If he's got something else that we need to fall back on, and he's got some other fact that he can report, he's welcome to. He's welcome to. Please, we will welcome any further development.
It is the same Asia Cup cycle that is happening again.
Boss, we must make our stand very clear on this. We are reporting facts, whether it is Rohit, Shubhan, Devashish Gargi, me, Shomik, anyone. We are reporting facts. If anyone else has a fact which we don't know, and they are able to put out with sources, we will welcome that. Do that. At this point in time, all you are writing is we have agenda, etc., etc. We have no agenda, so no problem. Anyway, last couple of questions before I let them go. Rohit Juglan, what's the plan for the next 3 hours? Any plan? Will you hang around? Will the Indians train? Give us some positive update, because without the match, though we'll now still wait for the match, what's going to happen in Canberra? You will be alone without Devashish and Shubhan. These two have not sort of traveled with you. You will be left alone.
Boriada, when it's rain, I bat like Pujara. I hang around. So for next 3 hours, I'll be hanging around, and I'll give each and every time's update. And all of the viewers, the Rev Sports Hindi viewers specifically, they can watch the real time update that what's happening here. After this live, I'll be straight to the ground. If possible, had a word with the curator that what can we expect in the next couple of hours, because it's still drizzling. The drizzling is still on. Want to have a word with someone in the Indian team also. As far as the media contingent, that is there a vision only opportunity for the indoor practices? If that could be a possibility, then we'll report that. So yes, there's multiple things to do, reporting about the weather, reporting about the Indian team practice, so reporting about the ground and the conditions. So there are multiple things to report, and then we'll definitely have an eye on Champions Trophy updates also. So yes, Rev Sports viewers have, we have a lot of things to offer as far as coverage is concerned.
Ravi Shankar Kumar, why you spread fake news? Give me one fake news that anybody of this 5 has spread, or anybody has spread from Rev Sports. Give me one. Ravi Shankar Kumar, I'm asking you, please kindly tell us one fake news. We'll continue the show for you for 2 more minutes. You give us one fake news that we've spread. One. Give us one. And I'm challenging you. Give us one. Give us one fake news that we've spread. CA Kaushal, Virat average. Gargi, take that. South Africa, 100% it should be praised.
I mean, what to say? We know for a fact that Virat is one of the biggest batters, biggest stars of this generation, and it's true. His average in South Africa is excellent. It must be praised. Well, I praise it. He's the king of India and South Africa.
So, Ravi Shankar Kumar writes today. What does today mean? What does today mean? Today is equal to fake news. What does today? What is today? Come on, tell me. You have said spread fake news. I'm asking you one straight question. What does today mean? Any one of us will answer. Please tell us. Match was not suspended. Hello. That match was not suspended, was sent by the BCCI. The update was sent by the BCCI in the media group. And then the BCCI clarified. Okay.
Just check the Twitter. Check the Twitter. Everyone posted that. Everyone posted that.
No. And it was an update posted by the official BCCI media manager on the media handle. And everybody went and tweeted that. So kindly, restraint, for God's sake, restraint. Without knowing, don't portray yourself as a fool. That's what's happened when you don't know your facts and you jump the gun. Don't jump the gun, because there is no way any one of these people will spread fake news. On that note, Rohit Juglan will hang around like Pujara. Devashish Sen and Shubman Chakraborty wants to go for an Indian lunch. It's bright and sunny. Gargi Raut wants another cup of coffee, and I need to go for a haircut. So on that note, let's call it a day. Rohit, we will wait for your updates. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining.